As we launch this 16 days of activism, that in our case as South Africans, we should view the 16 days as 365 days of all of us as South Africans being focused on taking action against the abuse of women and children in our country. So today it is 365 days. The crisis of violence against women and children is what you could call a great shame on our nation. There are many other countries around the world who are having to deal with the same type of crisis. But today, as South Africans, we need to be taking it much more seriously, because this crisis and this scourge of violence against women and children essentially goes against our African values and everything that we stand for as a people.
The president also said that courts must not be lenient on perpetrators of gender-based violence.
To date, over 1,200 officials have been vetted, including prosecutors as well as members of the South African Police Service, to ensure that those found guilty of gender-based violence receive punishment proportionate to the seriousness of their crimes. We are in the process of reforming existing laws around bail and sentences. This is in response to the concern and in the end the demand that was made by the women of our country, who complained that those who are found guilty, better still who are standing trial, are often given bail very easily, and those who are sentenced are given light sentences. Now, in response, they said very clearly, with clear, loud voices, that those who have been found, those who have been charged, should not receive bail, who have been charged for murder and for rape. And we agree with that there should be no bail for people like that. And that those who have been found guilty and have been sentenced to life imprisonment for either rape or murder of women, life sentence should mean life sentence. It should not mean that you go and serve for 5 years and thereafter you come out and you do exactly the same thing again. Life is something that we would want to mean life, that if you've raped women, you've killed women, yes, you must go to prison, and the key must be taken and thrown away somewhere for you not to find it, because you must serve your life sentence.
Well, for more on this story, we cross to our reporter, Mike Maringa, who's standing by for us in Lephalale in Limpopo. Mike, thank you very much for joining us. So the president speaking in very harsh terms about life should mean life.
Good afternoon to you and good afternoon to your viewers. Yes, that's what the president reiterated this afternoon, to say life must be life, because we have seen in more instances where people were arrested for gender-based violence, where they were released on bail, and the president is saying that cannot continue. It cannot be business as usual, because most of the people who are arrested, when they are released, they go out and commit their same offense. Let me quickly bring now the Minister for Children and Women, Ms. Maite Nkoana-Mashabane. Mama, the president has made it clear that it cannot only be 300, it cannot be 16 days. It must go for 365. Is this what government is committing to do? Are there resources? Is there a budget to deal with this?
Well, the resources, the budget is that which the president announced for the first 6 months, as we got into the 1st of April next year. we will be starting the National Strategic Plan implementation. So it would be no longer be that there was no budget for this, but the real budget starts with you and me. Real implementation starts with us and how we raise our children forever.
And the president and the minister, the president was clear to say that we need to deal with the mentality of men in particular because they are the perpetrators of violence against women and children. Is there anything that must be done specifically to men to understand that they have a responsibility to protect these women, their women and children?
Men, particularly in the continent of Africa and in particular South Africa, have respected women. I said earlier on, even in the traditional route, if you take the traditional route, you'll find women respected as the khadi, but remove the patriarchal tendency of thinking women needs to be something else, but women needs just to be loved, and bring your best in taking care of women as we did in the past.
Before I let you go, Minister, I understand you're still going to the main event where you are going to talk to the people of Hasilika in particular. Yes. What message are you taking them?
The message I'm taking there is how this place has been peaceful, how it has taken care of freedom fighters, how it has been peaceful throughout the ages, but that we need to work with all South Africans that we continue to respect and love and protect women.
That was Maite Nkoana-Mashabane, the minister responsible for women and children, indicating that even in the olden days, men had the responsibility, even in the traditional setup, men had a responsibility to take care of their families, to protect their women and children. From here, we are going to Hasilika, where the minister is going to talk to the masses about the program that was launched here. And for now, it's back to you in the studio.
Thanks very much, my colleague there, Mike Maringa, reporting from Limpopo.